I definitely believe you. I definitely believe you. Let's start this show, y'all.
If it's love, I want everything. Touch my soul, touch my heart, don't judge my mental. They told me that life is simple, been real since Papa Pimple. I started out in the Renault Sonata, the presidential. Speak once and listen twice. They told me that less is simple.
And has this jury reached a verdict? Can you please hand the verdict form to the bailiff? All right, the court finds that there are no errors or omissions in the filling out of the verdict form. Madam Clerk, can you please publish the verdict?
In the Circuit of the 4th Judicial Circuit in and for Duval County, Florida, case number 16, 2020, CF 3601B, Division CRE. State of Florida versus Hakeem Robinson, verdict as to count 1, with the jury found the defendant guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. So say we all, done, Jacksonville, Duval County, Florida, signed by the foreperson on July 31st, 2025.
Does counsel for either the state or defense desire the jury to be polled?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Madam Clerk, if you can please poll each juror.
Juror 1, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 2, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 3, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 4, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 5, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 6, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 7, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 8, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 9, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 10, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 11, is this your true and correct verdict? Juror 12, is this your true and correct verdict?
Y'all not surprised, right? I mean, just tell me y'all not surprised. And I don't glorify anybody being locked up in a cage like an animal, but if the shoe fits, Now, this is the part that I like personally, where it gets displayed all over the end game, either 6 feet deep or life behind the wall. But yo, imagine your pops is one of the main pieces, because, you know, it wasn't just his dad. I mean, his homeboy told, the evidence was like everywhere. Ksoo is known, like a lot of you drill rappers, for providing evidence through songs, musics, and videos. But imagine your pops is one of the centerpieces behind you getting an elbow behind the wall, because you know what he's going to get sentenced to.
Mr. Robinson, based on the verdict of the jury finding you guilty of the offense charged in the indictment in case number 2020 CF 3601, the court does hereby remand you to the custody of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, and your bond in this matter shall be revoked on the 8th. All right, then we'll pass Mr. Robinson's case to September 8th for sentencing to be set. All right, thank you.
Don't forget, Ksoo still has Bibby case coming up. So even if Pops ain't snitch, it don't mean your baby boy would have been out of prison, man. But yeah, Ksoo was found guilty. His cousin, ATK Scotty, was found guilty. No surprise, right? No surprise. I mean, poorly executed. And as you heard in the intro, Ksoo loves talking about, let me out the car, I'ma get him.
Stop the car, let me out, you know that I'ma finish.
His homeboy Butter broke it down so easily. It seemed like it didn't take much to really make that man snitch. And you got a lot of people from Jacksonville saying Butter was a follower, even though he was one of the oldest one out of the group. But Butter explained that they had a initial plan to get Buddy, right? The victim, the murder victim. Sorry, I couldn't remember his name off the top of my head. My bad. McCormick, Mr. McCormick. And the plan was to get him in front of the home. That backfired, so they went to go stake him out. He went to a temp agency to seek out employment, or I think he obtained a job. And without thinking, once they seen him leaving, per what Ksoo said in his songs, I said, let me out, I'ma go get him. So he didn't care that you was in a plaza that had a Publix. If y'all know anything about Publix, they always have not only cameras, but a highway patrol officer or a regular local officer at the scene. Either way, you got people with camera phones, a busy intersection like that. You have to be psycho. I don't know if his brother's Willie's murder caused this, but you gotta be psycho. So lyrics have truths. I know a lot of y'all say, well, we can't use lyrics, you know, with convictions, but y'all the same ones that glorifies who's more real by their lyrics and if they're really living it, right? Well, Ksoo was living it. So this is a living reality that more than likely he will get life without parole. Now, I know his cousin also was found guilty. I'm sure he'll get probably 40 to life per Florida statutes because he wasn't the shooter, but they sentence you the same, honestly, per Florida statutes. It's a real mix with Scotty. We'll see how that goes, but for sure, Ksoo will be getting life without parole. I don't know what his brother Abdul will be getting, but hey, Pops, I guess you are a concerned citizen, right? But my only message to you, Blue, because, you know, I've lived in Jacksonville and we all know about Blue. You been had a snitch jacket on you, but I'm not here trying to police who's a snitch, who's not, or trying to equate morality with snitching or not snitching. My only thing is, he's not somebody that you should be saying did the right thing, because the right thing would have been being a better father. The right thing would have been not being sentenced to 10 years in prison per your cooperation in that case way back then. So you was in them streets too, Blue, and your boys really looked up to you in terms of what you did out here in the streets. Nothing fatherly that they looked up to, but just that clout to say my dad was about that. The only thing Ksoo and Abdul and all that family and ATK didn't tell y'all was Blue was a known snitch, known CI, you know, he was an informant, like way back when. No telling if he was still informing to this present day. But look, kids, this is the end result. Drill rap, hopefully the final nail in the coffin is done with this weird ass era where everybody gets got for the dumbest, simplest slight, right? Stupid disses equals death. But I get it. Sometimes you're emotionally involved with your loved ones being murdered, and it's always about get back. But look at the price at the end. No more to say, man. I ain't trying to go on and on, but this touched me deep, especially me being familiar with the area and the situation that was going on with all of that. It's just, was it worth it? And that's all I have to say. Was it worth it? Because Ksoo over there crying, having an emotional breakdown. You may not have seen the full tears, but he's having an emotional breakdown. And it's not setting all the way in, young man. It's gonna set in when them doors lock. This ain't the county where you have been over there in Jax. This ain't the county. When you go up that road and it hits you, you have no release date. That's when it usually hits. That's when it usually hits. You up out of there. I don't see you smiling in court anymore. I don't see you having the time to post different things about this and that. And I'm not applauding it. I actually feel bad for you. But what say y'all in the comment section? This was gravitating away. I'm glad I gravitated away from the bullshit, y'all. And Ksoo don't need a reset. Unfortunately, he will be doing life behind the wall. But this community hopefully will start this reset, because, man, the coverage was crazy about this case. And it's because of everything it was attached to. Bibby, Fulio, 23, just so much more. But these are the names that y'all know as far as the national references, right? But us here in Florida, especially in Jacksonville, you have a little inclination of a lot of things that was going on. Innocent people being hit, civilians, mothers, sisters, cousins, even babies. Yes, even babies in this madness. And, you know, this is the conclusion. Life behind the walls. I'm out.